Governor, you and two other former Homeland Security secretaries recently wrote a letter to warn Congress against holding up funding for the Department of Homeland Security because of the ongoing fight over immigration. Most people have kind of thought we don't think much about that department, right? We know they're controlling airports and they're monitoring us, but since I guess most Americans wouldn't know the name of the current director of the Department of Homeland Security. Why is that?
Well, I think there's a couple reasons, Larry. I frankly think that the president's decision it's obviously a willful decision not to talk about terrorism in the context of the ideology that has nurtured it. These are radical Islamist terrorists. The tendency to consider them as criminals, I think, sends a different signal to the department. I think, candidly, that it's a little top-heavy. I'm not quite sure they need everybody that's in the employ now, but I think at the end of the day, Secretary Johnson has a real challenge associated with running that department, particularly when it doesn't appear that he gets the same kind of not only rhetorical support, but leadership support from the White House that Secretary Chertoff and I did from President Bush. And the other challenge that you just mentioned with that letter, and I don't like an imperial presidency, and I do think the president has used his pen far too often, but to hold up funding for the entire department that has the Coast Guard has many missions, Secret Service has many missions, Customs and Border Patrol, and the list goes on, cybersecurity, infrastructure security. I think it's a huge mistake to challenge the department with this periodic funding. Secretary Johnson can't be as effective as he wants to be if you're going to play politics with his budget. My idea of send a message, send a comprehensive bill to President Obama, but give the department the funding they need to finish their fiscal year and take the political debate, and it's a legitimate political debate, out of the hands of a single budgetary item and elevate it to where it deserves as a national debate.